The latest headline news story out of this bizarro world with this individual out of Rhode Island, Robert Dorgan, and give me a break with the name of this facility, this ice hockey arena that this took place. Dennis M. Lynch Arena, home of the Wildcats. Can't go into too much detail. I'll do the best I can under the circumstances. Supposedly 3 removed and 3 alive out of this event. Of course, you're coded 33. Let's take a look at the footage for those that have not seen it, and it is atrocious. This absolute horrible footage of what supposedly went down in this ice hockey arena. And again, this garbage footage, not much is shown. There's going to be another angle from within the stands of supposedly what went down during this ice hockey event. Let's take a look here as it's coming up. And very interesting angle. I mean, they're going to obviously say this is a security camera, but this angle just so happens to capture the footage of the individual Robert Dorgan involved. Take a look here. Again, this bizarre angle. Take a look here at number 47. And this all has to do with Freemasonry, where you have the square and compass, which is positioned at the 47 degrees. Let's start here at the very beginning. Again, this angle that just so happens to pick up what supposedly went down, and it's obviously horrible quality, like all the footage that's coming out with these events. Again, there goes number 47. And Robert Dorgan is in the mix right there. And again, the number 47. Now let's take a look here. Again at Robert Dorgan. And the agenda is a bit confusing. They're pushing these individuals, but these individuals are also responsible for these type of events. And here's his so-called son. Take a look here at the name. Interesting name. Aiden Dorgan. It's almost like, of course, AI Dan Dorgan. And the color coordination here with orange and blue. And, of course, orange being 33 numerology. And Johnson also being 33 numerology for your dual 33s when it comes to this news story. And Robert Dorgan goes by the name of Roberta Esposito. And obviously with the male and female duality aspect, one thing about the name Roberta Esposito is they're both 33 when it comes to Pythagorean in consonants and also in vowels. So again, your dual 33s with this news story. And that gets into some clips here from after what took place with the so-called event. Take a look here. And you're going to see this policeman. I want to spotlight this one individual here right in the middle. Just like with all these news stories, take a close look. The devil's in the details. I'm going to move this slowly. Now take a look here as the cameraman pans down at these cars to capture the license plate here. What do you see? Get a little bit of a close-up here momentarily, but I want to move this forward. You're going to see a female sitting Indian style in the back of this hatchback vehicle. And a woman on the cell phone. Very interesting. Sitting in the back of a hatchback, Indian style. Let's take a look here. Getting a little bit of a close-up. And what do you see here as they switch over to one of these hockey players? And it says BS. We know what that stands for. But also, it means Blackstone. So this reminds me of what I covered just last year with the whole Blackstone and the 33rd floor. So history repeats itself with that name, Blackstone. And of course, stone, as in Freemasons with the stone. Taking a look here, and also, of course, the V symbol with the helmet. Internally, the law of fives, as I mentioned before, when it comes to the Roman numeral 5. So again, a duality aspect with the V and the 5 with the law fives, with the Roman numeral. Again, that gets back to this police officer. Take a look here. That huge grin on his face. What's so funny? Why is it with all these news stories, there are police officers with these huge smiles, with serious consequences once again involved here? What's so funny? This is not the only instance here, but you see that big grin. Okay, take a look here as well. Again, as the cameraman pans down, of course, in numerology, police is 33. License plate is 31 in Pythagorean. But take a look here at this one particular. You have your 33 and your 66 all in one with this license plate. And once again, the smiling faces. You're going to see again with another police officer coming up here. Again, this one female sitting in the back of this hatchback in Indian style. And take a look here at local Boston news covering this. Take a look at this big smile with this police officer as well. I mean, what is so funny? This is, again, an event with serious consequences, and you have a smiling officer here. Once again, I have to really emphasize this with, again, Dennis M. Lynch Arena, with Lynch in the name, of course, as they zoom in through this chain link fence like a diamond, dead center. No pun intended. But again, the smiling officer, once again, they always tell you without speaking what's really going on with these news stories. And again, getting back to this scene here outside of the event itself. And again, BS. And that's what it's all about. Definitely more to come. With more news stories on the world stage. And again, with this individual here, it's very interesting, I should mention, once again, pushing the agenda, but they're also keeping the hate alive. And of course, this is going to inflame the right, the conservatives, the Republicans, that aspect. And this is what it's all about, the divide and conquer once again. And definitely more to come on the world stage. Stay tuned.